Hey guys, welcome back. This video we're going to talk about launch control in the F85 F86. Now if you have an F15 or F16, I did a video about that, a separate video, so watch that up here. I'll do a card. But this one's going to be specifically about the X5M X6M for the F85 F86. And the reason why I make this video is because the procedure is different on the two vehicles. Similar but different, and I'm going to go over that. Alright guys, so let's get started. So before we go any further, if you guys are new here, think about subscribing, because I do some car content. BMW more like, X5. But I'm a big car guy. I like cars in general, so I'm gonna cover most cars. I do car reviews, I do occasional vlog, but most specifically right now, I'm doing X5, X6 content. All right, so launch control. How do you do it? And first of all, what is it? So launch control, what it can do is you can take advantage of your vehicle's full power, your full starting potential. Meaning, think of it like this. You ever been on an airplane, before they take off? You ever notice how it takes a while for it to get a bit of speed, the engine spool up, and you slowly start to get going? You ever just think about that when you're driving your car? You mash the pedal, it builds a speed. As the RPMs glow, it pulls you back. Well, launch control is a way where you can kind of put the RPMs up a little higher. So instead of starting from maybe, idle speed, you can start from 2,000 to 3,000 on some vehicles, and though some vehicles are more aggressive with that. Say for example, I think Porsche on their cars, I think they go to almost 4,000 RPM, and then it's just released. And when I say release, I mean it feels like you've been shot out of a slingshot. I mean, especially when you have all-wheel drive, it's just boom, you're just gone in the seat, and all you can do is just hold on. All right, but a few things need to happen on the checklist for BMW before they engage launch control. All right, let's go over that. So first thing is turn the vehicle on. All right, now you have to drive it for a few miles before it can engage. You cannot just go start it and then first stoplight you want to go to, that's right up your road, right 2 blocks away, launch control. That's not going to work. All right, the vehicle needs to be driven for at least I would say 3 to 5 miles before you can engage. And next thing is it has to be warmed up. I'm not sure if it's based on water temperature or oil temperature, but the vehicle needs to be warmed up. All right, so to be safe, just go by the oil temperature. If you can check your oil in your iDrive, then it's probably safe for you to do launch control, if that makes sense. Next thing is you want to put your traction control off. All right, I'm gonna fasten my seatbelt now. All right, so traction control, I'm gonna turn it off, and the way you do that, press the button and hold it. Where it says, now you see the icon up here, DSC inactive there, you're ready. Next thing you want to do is you want to go to manual mode. Go to here, manual mode. You want to be on the highest shift speed, number 3. Next thing is you want to be in Sport Plus throttle. Okay, the steering and suspension doesn't matter. If you want to go Sport Plus, you can in these, doesn't matter. I know in the F80, I know some guys for the M3s, M4 guys, sometimes they launch it in comfort suspension to get that rear end squat, get the rate twinge for helping for maximum acceleration. But for the X5M, the throttle should be the only one that matters. Okay, so traction control's off. Let's start over the checklist. Number 1, we driven for the few miles. Okay, Number 2, traction control off. Number 3, we have the selector in manual mode. All right. Now, before we go any further, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna be like, "Well, Eddie, I really don't know. Either I don't feel comfortable using the paddle shifters, or I prefer just let the car shift in its own." And you can. What you it's backwards. I know it feels like this. For launch control purpose, you have to go in manual mode, but it will upshift automatically, if that makes sense. So even though you're in manual mode, once you're in launch mode, it will upshift automatically. Once you get it in launch mode, you just hold on and it will run through the gears as long as you keep your foot to the floor. Now, if you back off and then get back on it again, you cancel launch mode and it goes into default manual shifting. All right, so there's something to be aware of. Okay. Next thing you want to do, take your left foot, place your left foot on the brake. Hard. It needs to be firm. Hard on the brake. Okay. Now, right foot. Press the accelerator all the way down. And when I say press it, don't press it like this, like I'm doing now. You want to slam it down to the ground. Freaking mosquito in here. So left foot down, all the way. And when I say slam it down on the ground for the gas pedal, if you press it when the car's off, you'll feel a resistance point, like a little button. What you want to do, you want to press it and press all the way down to that button till you press and hold it. And when you do it, you should see in here a checkered flag. Now the car's going to pull. It's going to pull hard. You have about 3 seconds before it's going to cancel itself, because you're putting a lot of strain on the transmission. You're temporarily allowing it to briefly rise the RPMs, the torque converter to rise the RPMs up a certain point. Okay, but that same time you're causing wear and tear, you're causing strain. So it's important to go ahead and get your launch off effectively as possible. And I'll say that means is you don't want to like just quickly enable it and go, but you want to hold it enough to get the turbos enough spool to get you maximum power, if that makes sense. So long enough to get the turbos to spool up, but not too long where it causes too much wear and tear in the transmission. All right, so when you get that done, remember your pedals is on the floor, you're hearing the RPMs go, you feel like the car wants to pull from you. When you get the checker flag, you hold it and then you just release the brake. Now the car is going to launch off. It's going to run through the gears. First gear is going to be almost non-existent because it's going to run through the gears so quickly. But first, second gear, third gear, and finally you can realize, all right, I'm in launch mode, and you're starting to get up to the triple digit speeds. That's launch mode. All right. Also, you're gonna notice the car's gonna shift differently. It feels like it's going to do almost near a full throttle upshift. Even though you're in shift 3, as far as on the algorithm, it's not going to do that power shift or that burps when upshift when it has that brief cut in the acceleration. It feels as though it's doing a full throttle, no lift shift. I mean, it's almost like it's each gears change, it's giving you another surge in the backs, and every time it goes to another gear, it just lurches even more. That's what it feels like. And I tell you what, guys, it's amazing. If I could do it every stoplight, I would seriously, I would purposely go challenge everybody every single stoplight, and I would just launch it every gear just because things is ridiculous and it's fun. But I can't do that. One is I'll probably get pulled over, if not arrested, and the second part is it's just more wear and tear. And speaking of that, when you do it, I know in the F15, F16s is better to let them cool down. I think the F85s, F86 let you do back to back, but keep in mind, I still advise you guys let the transmission cool me down between these launches. All right, because it does wear and tear on the transmission, and the clutches are being kind of put to the test. So just keep that in mind. But guys, if the video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a like. I appreciate your guys' support. I looked at my video, I was like, wow, I'm 3,000 subscribers. I appreciate everybody. You guys are really helping me, you're helping this channel. And with that, in turn, I'm going to do more content, guys. I really appreciate it. But guys, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you enjoy it. You want to see more stuff like this. But wait, I forgot something. Let's do a launch control. Let's do a launch so you guys can see it. right? I mean, it's only fair that we do. I can't end the video without doing launch. All right, let's go. All right, step one, warming the car up, and we'll go from there. I'll see you guys back once at least my oil temperature gauge is moved up a little bit more than being pegged on, I don't know what it is, could be 140. So we're gonna keep driving. Okay, so here we go. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and get my shift lodge at 3. I'm gonna go to Sport Plus for throttle. I'm gonna turn my traction control auto while pressing and holding. And I'm gonna switch over to manual mode. Okay. We're all set for launch control. Press firmly on the brake. Quickly depress the right accelerator pedal all the way past the resistance point. I should get the checker flag. I should get the checker flag.